You are in front of the mic right now, and I want you to just visualize in Green Haven Correctional Facility. We got all of these brothers in the cell. They got one station on, and that's this station here, which means that whatever you saying is echoing in those cell blocks. I'm telling you, these people tell me what they do. In Fishkill, you have brothers in the dorms. They got one station on. They do that, and they listening to you. What would you tell them that would make them think so that they can grow up, or that they could start looking at things differently while they're inside? Because it starts right there.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't come out and then it's like, okay, I'm going to change up. No, I got to start right there. So if you can give any advice or any guidance to the brothers that's listening, what would you tell them?
I would. So the reentry started actually while I was incarcerated. So I started to, be around people who were striving to better themselves, you know what I'm saying?
All right. All right. That's what's up. The
rugged road to recovery. So how I got to the rugged road to recovery. So what happened was after prison, and once I realized where I was at, and then after I left Clinton, I went to Washington Correctional, which is a
that's crazy.
Yeah, juveniles, right?
That's crazy.
But it really hurt, because I got to see younger people under the same conditions that I was under, and then it made me look at the situation different. And then I thought of my little cousins, and I was just like, that's when I started to be what I wanted in others. You know what I'm saying?
All through the ranks, education is key. It's just key anywhere.
Right.
And I was too busy caught up with what was going on in the streets and stuff. And when I got to prison and I was sentenced to 9 years, I said, there's no way in the world I'm going to sit behind these bars for the next 7 years and not leave out of here with anything. There was just no way that I was going to let that time be in vain. Right? Like, I did a bit when I was a kid. I could have went to college then.
Right.
I didn't. Right? I was being young, dumb. I was having fun running through the prison system thinking that it was a game, because I was from that time where, you was anybody if you went behind the wall.
Right.
And I wasn't even raised that way, right? I came from a two-parent home where it was my mom and my stepdad, and they're both military, and my uncle's a police officer, and I was in the Navy Sea Cadets and the ROTC, right? Like, that just wasn't the life that I should have been living. But I was attracted by everything that was negative, everything that was bad, right? Like, I was living this goody life, and everybody around me was having fun. At least that's what I thought it was. I thought it was fun, right? Like, I thought running the streets rugged was just fun. Why, I have no idea, but that's just, that's how you are as a kid.
Right.
Your parents says, hey, don't do this, and you do the complete opposite, right? They try to get you to do everything good, and you do everything that you think is good, but it's wrong. So when I got to this 9 years, I said, you know what? I got to buckle down. I got a kid out there, I'm going to come out. I'm going to be in my 40s when I get out. What am I going to have to look for? What am I going to be able to do? I'm going to be a 2-time, 3-time loser? Like, that can't be possible. So, I got in there, and I didn't just do college. I took advantage of every program I possibly could take advantage of. I needed to get back to my community, being I was in the service, right? So I was puppy behind bars. I was in there training service dogs so I can give back to my military family, those people who were dealing with TBI, traumatic brain injuries or PTSD and stuff, right? Getting service dogs out there. I got involved with RTA, Rehabilitation Through the Arts.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
Like,
good program.
I started, about it. Yeah, I started, I learned, that RTA taught me about myself. We was in there and we were doing playwriting and stuff. And
Catherine Watkins.
And yes, absolutely. Catherine, who she just moved on, but we love you, Catherine.
Yeah.
Well, excuse me, not moved on. She moved on from the RTA family.
Right, I understand, yeah.
But you know, I was able to find myself through character development because we was putting on a musical and I had to build the character that I was. And somehow, you know, it's always just God's divine nature. But I ended up having 3 characters, which is weird because I was the father, and then I had 2 women roles. And you know, I'm a female, right? I'm a woman. I'm a gay woman, but I'm a woman. I'm an aggressive woman, but I'm a woman. And although when people look at me, they see one thing, they don't realize like I'm a woman. Hear me roar. So through my character development with RTA, I had to realize that I didn't have to live for anybody else other than myself. Right. I spent the beginning part of my years, or actually most of my life, living for the others that were around me. So anything that I did really wasn't for myself, which is what got me into the trouble and stuff that I was into. So through RTA, I was able to find myself and realize that, you know, F everybody else. Right. If you're not going to like what I stand for, you're not going to like who I am, then, you know, F you, I don't need to be around you. I had to realize that, like SHYHEIM said, shedding expectations, right? I expected a lot of people to be there that ended up not being there. And through RTA and through the family that I had with them, I realized that I can actually create my own characters in my own life. Right. I don't have to have the people who, you know, God put there biologically, or the people that I think he placed there from, you know, seasons and reasons and stuff, that I could actually choose and handpick who I want to be around.
Right. And that's important too, because people get pigeonholed into situations and they feel like they can't get out of it. But there's always a choice.
Always a choice.
Right. First and foremost, network is net worth, y'all, and that ain't necessarily monetary. Right. You know what I mean? That means the network you build around yourself, the people you put in your circle, all of that shit matters. People, places, things, all of that matters. If you want the same result, go back to doing the same thing you was doing. If you want something different, surround yourself with the people that you think you need to surround yourself with to get into this industry or that industry or this life or that life. Those are going to be the things that's going to help you make personal change, because you can't do nothing to help nobody else without making personal change. So once you can do that, sky's the limit. And it ain't no doors to be closed. We close them on ourselves when we think we don't know. That's right. So getting the information, it's a whole new world for some of y'all brothers that ain't been out in the world in a long time. Information is at your fingertips. People walk around with computers in their hands. It's serious. So you want to learn something, it's right there. So you can't say, I don't know no more. Right. That shit don't fly. Right. You know what I mean? So
there ain't no reason not to know.
Like Sha said, take self-accountability and be able to say, you know what, I need to grow up, or I need to fix this or that about myself or my personality so that I could get on to this next level. Because a lot of that shit be self-stagnation when we do.